From the shores of Malibu where the waves are pumping to the Great Wall of China and back to the streets of Las Vegas where the UFC is happening. We are live. It's Time Radio, the show where we talk about what you think about but may be afraid to voice. Don't worry, we'll talk about it for you. We talk about everything on It's Time. It's No Holds Barred Radio, folks. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, UFC, Ukraine, Russia, Trump, politics, film, TV, you name it. We're going to talk about it today. Here with our guests, Ray Longo. Ray, how are you? It's great to have you back on the show. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to have you on, buddy.
Feeling great, Bruce, and you look absolutely dapper as usual.
Well, thank you. I'll take that all the way to the bank if it can be cash. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. And of course, my co-host and producer TJ DeSantis, back from Hawaii, from having fun in the sun. Let's see that tan, TJ.
I mean, this is about as tan as I get. I feel pretty good about this, actually.
That's tan. I'm not doing the glow anymore.
Right.
It's tan. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got a hot light in here. It's not even like putting too much shine on my head. It's darker than normal. I feel good about it.
It does look better, TJ. I'm glad he said that. It does look better.
It does look better. Did you put SPF 50 on the dome or what?
So I put basically nothing on the dome for the first day, and then I did SPF 15, and just kept applying all day. Because go ahead.
Well, you got to be careful in Hawaii, because when you get all the sun. I remember I used to go my yearly vacations, my surf vacation to Hawaii. I remember one time I got really, really dark. I was young. I wasn't using the oils, whatever. I might even put baby oil on back then. Who the hell knows? But I was dark. I looked like a soul tan man,
right.
Hawaii
Showing
strong.
off that Italian in you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looked local. It looked Hawaiian the way I was doing it. But on the plane back, I went to the bathroom about 3 hours into the flight, the 6-hour flight home. And I looked in the mirror and my whole face looked like a puzzle that was cracking.
Oh, no.
Right? And it was just pieces of skin were falling off. You know how you get that bad sun, you just burned your skin.
Right. Yeah.
So from then on, it was SPF all the way. No more screwing around.
Yeah.
You look like you have olive skin a little bit too.
I do. I'm Italian, so I've got the olive skin. I've got olive oil going through my veins. So.
See, believe it or not, I'm Italian as well, but it takes at least 4 or 5 days to show that in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm out for a half hour. I've never even put on sunblock ever.
Yeah, you're lucky.
I tell you that
I don't bake. Wait, Sammy, I haven't introduced you. I haven't introduced you yet, right. Sammy.
Nowhere.
Saving the best for
nowhere.
There she is. Where's Sammy? Where is she? Oh, there she is.
Jump
Who's
in.
Sam?
Who can get a word in edgewise with you yentas?
Yentas. All right, guys, here we go.
Let me YouTube rating.
Let me introduce Sammy now that she's on. All right, we've got a heck of a show today.
I've been on.
I know, but I haven't introduced you. So here you go, and it's quick. We have Ray Longo, we have TJ DeSantis, and the fearsome foursome is now complete as we bring on the ever sensual, the ever interesting. We don't know what's going to come out of her mouth, what she's going to say, but it's intelligent, it's shocking, and it's funny. And we hope we have all those three attributes today on the show. None other than Sammy Phillips. Sammy, Penthouse Pet, director, producer, you name it, she does it. And now she's going to do it with us right here on It's Time Radio. Hi, Sammy.
First of all, I'm going to do it all with you, Bruce.
Oh.
And Ray and TJ.
All of it.
All of it.
Wow.
All of me doing all of it to all of you.
All of me.
And then, but I want to make a comment about your pink head, TJ.
It's not pink.
It's pink.
Okay, well, whatever. I'll take pink.
I don't think that was the head she was talking about, TJ.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God, here we go. Boy, Ray is getting right into it. Right. Okay, got it.
And really quick, so growing up in Brooklyn, being half Jewish and half all the other things I am, with my olive skin, my dad is a very olive skin guy, dark hair. So we used to use motor oil.
What?
Oh, man.
Yeah, no. And look how young I am at 56. Motor oil. I used to bake in it on the beach.
Motor oil.
Motor oil.
Is that where the term motorhead came from?
No. Seriously, Sam, you're lucky you're alive. How did you not get some sort of poisoning?
I don't know. I don't advise anyone to do it. I'm just saying it really works.
I mean, you realize seals and wildlife, when there are oil spills, we have to save them. And here you are on the beach, lathering up in, 10W40 or whatever.
Pretty much.
WD-40.
No.
Hey, by the way, before we go any farther, happy birthday, Sammy. You're going to be 56?
28?
Tomorrow?
28.
Yeah. Well, probably when you upload this or when it goes live. it will be my day, the 25th of February.
Well, happy
Wow.
birthday,
Yeah.
Sammy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Sammy,
Sammy.
what beach were you going to? Coney Island, or did you come out to Long Island at all?
Oh, I went to all the beaches. Like, but Brooklyn beaches and Long Island beaches are scarring because I don't think anywhere else in the country do they have things called horseshoe crabs. Like, they're fucking crabs with these massive shells and these like stinger things that stick out.
Yeah,
and then,
horseshoes.
right? And
Yeah.
then jellyfish.
Ugh.
Where else are there jellyfish? There's like millions of jellyfish.
Hang on. I'm just realizing, Sam, were you going in the damn ocean after slathering your body in motor oil?
Well, of course. How else am I going to cool down?
All
I
right.
mean, did you, Sammy? Did you feel like that made you a faster swimmer?
No, but it made me a faster tanner.
She was
because
the
I got
she,
black immediately.
she was like Richard Petty in the ocean.
Yeah.
Man, the EPA is pissed off right now.
No,
Listening to
I'm
this
so
show.
sorry. I only did that when I was young. I saw the error of my ways, and I apologize to everyone. And again, disclaimer: don't do what I do.
Did you just say the era of your ways?
Era. Was that an arrow or an era?
The error, the error,
The error. Yeah.
error.
Okay. I'm just proving you're from Brooklyn there.
Brooklyn, the error of my ways.
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of error of the ways, guys, we really have to get onto something here that is really shocking and has happened in the last 24 hours, and we can't avoid talking about.
Right.
The potential for World War III in Ukraine is horrible. And
come on, don't be hyperbolic. This is
I'm
the
not being
potential of
hyperbolic.
World War III.
well, they're
What
gonna.
is what has gone down in the last 24 hours that's different than the last 48?
It's what's gone down in the last 24 hours. I mean, Russia has invaded Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's now been announced just on breaking news on CNN. I mean, when I say World War III, obviously I don't want to see that, and I'm not going to glorify it.
We're not going to have World War III out of this.
Let's just hope we don't. Let's just
We're
hope that this
not.
does. Okay.
Okay. The last time we
got
had
it,
this
I got it.
conversation, though, Bruce, I did say that COVID was
Yeah,
not a big deal, but
I know you got to like hold
Yeah,
it.
TJ
until it
likes to
happens.
underplay everything.
that's
Let's
true.
put it this. He does underplay, but let's put it this way. I hope not. I don't want to see that. Okay.
Right.
But that's the kind of thoughts that are going out there. Even my boy Henry at 17 years old, like a lot of 17-year-old kids, is sitting here wondering if he's going to wind up being drafted when he's 18 if this thing gets really, really bad. Now, right now on CNN, as I'm watching here, breaking news, we have just announced America that we are sending more troops to Ukraine.
No.
It was just on CNN.
There are no American troops inside of Ukraine. We're not
Well-
sending any to Ukraine. We're sending them to the Baltic, which is a
To
lot
the Baltic,
different.
excuse me, to the Baltic.
That's a big
exactly. The
difference
fact
there,
is we're
Buffer.
sending, but the fact is that, look, I've seen this in my lifetime from Vietnam. Ray, you too.
Yeah.
We've seen
no,
the
whatever.
little things. Oh, we're
Right.
sending some troops. Oh, there's a thing like this, and it just blows up. Okay, you've seen it, Ray. I've seen it. I don't want to see it. The reality is, and let's calm down anything else. We all want to see this thing not go any further than it's going. The bottom
You
line
know
is,
where it's
things are
gonna go,
happening right
though.
now.
Ukraine is going to fall into Russian hands, which is terrible for Ukrainians, and
Terrible.
I get that. And any country taking over another by means of force, it's crazy that it even happens today. Honestly, with all the diplomacy efforts that we have,
It's ridiculous.
but the bottom line is, and this is where I think it's really important. Yes, we're positioning troops strategically. Yes, NATO is also involved in this, and that is also something that sort of sparks concerns about a global joint sort of effort. But here's the issue, guys, and this is something that I think we need to keep in mind. Russia invaded and annexed Crimea 8 years ago. They've been in control of Ukrainian cities since 2014. We didn't get involved then. Unfortunately, again, I'm not saying that I'm not underplaying the idea that what Russia's doing is okay by any means. But the bottom line is, Ukraine is probably going to fall into Russian hands, and the world will move on after that. And I don't mean to sound callous in that by any means, but when you look at it, and when you look at some of the war experts that are talking about it, that's really the only sort of solution that is going to happen here. Because if we do push this any further, it could spark something, and I don't think that's anything that the U.S. is going to get involved with.
Well, and everything you just said, I hope that's true.
I mean,
I don't
yes
hope
and
it's true.
no.
I don't want to see the Ukraine go through bad things. I'm not wishing anything
Right,
ill for the
right.
Ukraine, but the most peaceful potential, or I don't know, that's a proper word, peaceful, but
Diplomacy.
maybe
You
the
wanna see
smoothest thing
diplomacy.
is that it does fall into the hands of
Right.
Russia, and it just becomes one big country again.
Yeah, which I mean, I don't know what that means for the world as a whole. I'm not smart enough to know that. Like when people talk about Ukraine, I think about Igor Vovchanchin, because I'm an MMA dummy and think about the
Well,
old
you're a
days of Frank
long-time
Pride.
MMA dummy if you mention
Right.
Igor. God bless Igor, but half the people that watch the show don't even know Igor.
No, 100%. But like
Yeah.
that's sort of my sort of disclaimer is what I'm saying here. I'm not an expert in this by any means. But I will tell you, Bruce, it is shocking and alarming to turn on the news and see, correspondents from, American news agencies finding themselves literally in a country that is being taken over as we speak.
Yeah.
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 I think I agree with you though, TJ. 2022, nobody should be dying in war at this point. You know what I
No.
mean? It's kind of, I just don't like the fact of the threats of Putin saying anybody gets involved, the
Right.
consequences are going to be dire because
Right.
my belief is they'll be dire for him, not
Yeah.
for anybody else.
Well,
But
that's sort of my question here too. Is do you guys have any sense? Like, is Russia on an island when it comes to this? Like, is the rest of the world upset about this? Is anyone really backing him? Because that's what I don't really understand. Like, he speaks in broad terms and in big ways where it's like, can you get away with that? Like, are we
well,
the
I
only
think
ones
he
that are trying to
wants
hold him task?
definitely wants everybody. They had some military training with China or whatever that was, but I think he's posturing a lot, and he's probably. I mean, look, Bruce, if you relay it to the street, I
Yeah.
think he's just looking to see how far he could push it.
Agreed.
Well, he seems like that kind of a bully type,
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But I just think economically they're in no position to launch any type of full-fledged war, especially if all these other nations get involved with it.
I got to
Right.
tell you something. I'm just exhausted, mentally speaking. I mean, we've had 2 years plus of the COVID situation with deaths all around us, with this and locking down and going through the changes socially and everything else that all of us have been subjected to, and the effects that it's had on us in the various ways that it's had, very bad, very poor, similar, small, whatever. We've all been affected. And now we got to deal with this, right? It's like, can we just step back and take a breath and regroup? As soon as we regroup, boom, something else starts slamming down the door.
Right. Yeah, and that's unfortunately the way the world works. It never ends, never stops.
I know. I don't know what to expect here. I just hope for the best. I don't want to see people die, and obviously that's happening with the bombs and everything. So what can we say? It's not a good thing. Let's just hope that it ends the best way possible.
Another thing too, and I noticed this last night. I got on Twitter and social media, was trying to find out as much information as I could about various reports. And the amount of misinformation that I found on Twitter is shocking and alarming. There was a video that said that there was Russian bombers, flying overhead, and they showed the video, and it was clearly from an air show because in war, fighter jets don't fly in formation. There was another video where it said these Russian paratroopers are invading the airport, and it was like a paratrooper video again from some sort of exhibit and expo, and it's just like, guys, like I don't understand who these people are that are trying to put that out there and what they gain from it.
Well, that's it, man. It could be, Propaganda. They could be on purpose. You don't know. I mean,
well, Russia's a media machine. Russia's a media machine. I mean, they can definitely get in there and juggernaut it,
Yeah.
Well, I hate people that seem to, I don't hate people, but I hate when people click that retweet button and it's like, you've done no research on whether or not this is real. Like, I'm not a smart guy, but when I look at, video of airplanes in combat mode and they're in formation, 200 feet off the ground, that's an air show, man.
I heard something else this morning too, because Chernobyl is supposedly near this area, right?
I don't know. Is it?
They were talking about it on the news and how even a misplaced bomb or something with still the effects that are from years ago in Chernobyl could create another issue. Environmentally speaking, the Ukraine
oil
airspace
pipeline sounds terrifying enough. If they get into that oil pipeline, we could be screwed.
Hey,
exactly.
Really quick, when Chernobyl exploded or whatever the hell happened in Chernobyl and the nuclear reactor went boom, and then there was a huge cloud and it traveled over Europe. I was in London modeling, and that nuclear waste cloud went over England, and people literally like myself and several friends drove to the south of England, to Dover to be specific, to outrun the nuclear cloud, which was ridiculous because it just passed over and kept on going. So again, I don't know if that goes into why I look so young at 56, along with the motor oil and being exposed to radioactive materials. I don't know. There's got to be something to it. But yeah, no, Chernobyl, everyone was so freaked out. Like I lived through Chernobyl as an American.
I thought I saw 6 fingers on your left hand. Did I just see that? Oh, okay. You're good. You're good.
No.
She can retract one, Buff. It comes in.
Yeah, she can retract one.
I didn't realize this. Chernobyl's actually in Ukraine. I thought it was in Russia.
Yes, exactly. That's where this worrisome part comes in. So, listen, it's a daily developing situation. The Ukraine airspace is now restricted. We've got, travel in Europe is going to be restricted. Who knows what the after effects and all this is going to be, but it remains to be seen. So let's just send out a hopeful wish that this calms down. Or TJ, like you said, if it falls into that and they fall under, just the whole Russian regime, if that's the best way to peacefully get over this, I'm sorry, Ukraine. I mean, I don't want to see people die.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that Russia just taking over Ukraine is something we should be cheering for necessarily. But like at the same time, I don't know. I really don't know what any of that means. You know what I mean? I just know that if I lived in a country and it was taken over by another country hostily, I would probably be really upset and not want to be there.
Yeah, so. I mean, TJ, can you even fathom that though?
No,
that's the key, right? We can't fathom. I can't fathom that at all. Think about it.
I lived, 1,500 miles away from Ground Zero on 9/11, and that was terrifying and made me think that the world, was a much more serious, different place than I'd ever understood. And I mean, having fighter jets being scrambled, overhead when I lived in the Midwest, when that happened, was a very sobering experience. And, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, thanking my lucky stars that I live where I live. And, we have peace. And I mean, I knock on wood, we never have organized military attack on this country. But, there are people in this world that live with that as a fear every day. And it's alarming.
We've been very lucky all through the years, even during World War II, as we're a country with 2 big oceans that protect us on either side up until the nuclear race was created.
Right.
We have 2 countries below and north being very peaceful, below not being one that we've ever had to worry about military wise, at least in this century.
No, Cuba's the closest country we've ever had anything that we've had to worry about.
And we don't live in that kind of a world. I mean, I have a friend of mine. She's this wonderful, beautiful yoga instructress, who's got the greatest personality in the world. She's a wonderful person, but her whole life, she grew up in Bosnia. Right. And all she saw her entire life was war.
Yeah.
Aside from being attacked herself, trying to survive, when soldiers mistreated or whatever. We don't understand that kind of existence because we don't live in that kind of existence. We can only maybe somewhat possibly understand it. But it's almost like when you look at the Chechens who fight in the UFC and other areas. I mean, all they know is growing up is fighting and pain and this. It's a different mentality, which Ray, I think, transfers into like when you've worked with fighters like this, their ability to fight and to deal with it is much different than ours.
100%. 100%, Bruce. That's 100% true.
Right.
Yep.
It's just the nature of the beast. So some people, that's all they know. They get peace for a couple of years and they're right back in the same thing they've dealt with all the years. So let's just hope for the best, guys. Let's go on to some news. And again, I hope for the best in this Ukraine situation. By the way, It's Time Radio is brought to us by, of course, Puncher's Chance, the highest rated, fastest selling bourbon in America today. I'm very happy about that. By the way, I'm going to be coming out with a new one in May. Can't wait to tell you the name. Yeah, I have 3. I have my barrel edition out. That's 116 proof. I've got the Distance.
Yeah.
Which is 120 a bottle. That's already sold out across the country. We don't have any more.
Look at that. Hold that bottle up again, Buff.
It's had a little dent in it.
I was gonna say, look at that one. That one's not a fresh promo one. That one is
no.
That's gone half the distance already.
That's gone half the distance. Yeah, this one's gone about 6 rounds. So we're all good. And anyway, I have 3 versions out now. The 4th version coming out in May, and the company's doing great. So all good. Puncher's Chance.
Good job.
Thank you so much. Cheers, everybody. And of course, FanDuel, the finest sports book online in the country. Check out FanDuel. And we just got Puncher's Chance in the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. I just did a big thing for the sports book there. We're being picked up in all the sports books and casinos all around the country. So very, very cool. Okay, let's go on to some news. Sammy.
What?
This is last news. We had news last week. One of the news last week, before I forget, we didn't talk about the Super Bowl, okay? Because we didn't have a show last week. But
I drove by the Super Bowl on my way to the airport, which was shockingly not filled with traffic. I was
no, not where it's at.
about
It's
that.
a few miles down the street. That you'll be okay.
Well, I had to go right by it. I drove right by the stadium.
Oh, you drove by SoFi?
Yeah.
That's pretty phenomenal because the traffic situation in and out of SoFi is a horror show.
Right. No, and another thing that I heard was that there were rumors of like a Trump trucker protest and all that stuff, but no signs of it.
I'm so happy I don't have to hear that name every day. Okay. In respect to the news that comes out about it. All right, I'm sure I'll get talked about on that one. I was saving it for you, Sammy. Sammy, Michael Avenatti. Speaking of Trump,
Who?
Michael Avenatti, the attorney who was representing Stormy Daniels.
Oh.
Do you remember that back then?
She won her case against.
She won, but he was convicted of wire fraud and aggravated identity theft, stealing from Stormy Daniels. He's going to jail.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
That guy was all over the news trying to be the righteous front runner for Stormy Daniels and everything else. He helped negotiate an $800,000 advance for her 2018 book, Full Disclosure, right? He instructed a literary agent to send 2 installments of the advance totaling nearly $300 to an account controlled by him rather than directly to Daniels. This is stupid as a stupid does. Like, you're not going to get caught for doing something like that. And you're an attorney.
No, but Bruce, what you have to understand is guys like him think they're above the law.
Yeah,
that's why they always get caught. That's the problem. They think they're untouchable.
Yeah.
This guy's just a rotten person, and he belongs in jail. Besides the Stormy Daniels stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with
you. When you are a person of prominence like that, and you think you are a black belt in the law, you tend to start posture as such. And it's one of those things. It's like you can only play with fire for so long before you get burned. So stop messing around.
Well,
they always kill themselves. Those guys always.
Well, it's like any criminal. You know, they do stupid things and they get caught. Right. Bottom line. How about this one? A retired nun at a school. Okay, former Catholic elementary school principal. Okay, she's a retired nun, and former Catholic elementary school principal. She admitted to stealing $835,000 in school funds.
Wow.
As the principal. You know what she used them for?
Oh God.
Gambling trips. Gambling trips.
Wait, so let me ask you this: was she caught and then admitted it, or did like her conscience get the best of her and she came forward?
I'd have to go more into it. She's paying $825,000 restitution. One kind of wire fraud, one kind of money.
That tells me that she got in trouble.
She got in trouble. She embezzled this money over nearly 3 decades.
Unbelievable. Like how does someone not realize that? That's a sizable amount of money to go missing, even if it is over the course of 3 decades. How did no one notice this?
I don't even know. I mean, there's another wild case. The feds arrested a New York couple, right? They had $3.6 billion in stolen cryptocurrency funds.
So how do you steal that? Like, I thought that was sort of the amazing part of crypto, that it was safe.
They were conspiring to launder $4.5 billion in stolen cryptocurrency funds. This is what bothers me about crypto. I don't know how secure it is in certain ways.
Right.
Amongst a few other things, because it's so darn volatile.
Right. Yeah. You have $50 now, and then 20 minutes later, it's worth $7.
Yeah. Exactly. But anyway, the government seized $3.6 billion of the funds. So the money, they got most of it. There's still $0.9 billion out there waiting, hundreds of millions of dollars out there waiting to be found. So they're going to probably get 20 years in prison. It's just amazing how dumb people can be. Dumb.
Yeah. And again, that's just arrogance.
It's arrogance, greed,
greed, which I love watching those greed shows when you get those stories.
Oh my God.
Oh, they're awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing though. Like, why do you need like almost $1 billion? Like 100 million wasn't good enough.
That's
you know what? Once you make $1 million, you want 2. It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, but 100 should be good. You should be good with $100 million.
Yeah, you can say that now. Wait till you get 100 million. Let's see what you say.
I guess I don't have enough sort of high end taste to ever be able to spend $100 million.
Oh, I could.
But you guys have taste. Like, my idea of a great meal is a Hot Pocket. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not even talking about taste. I'm just a philanthropist.
Okay, so you're going to steal money to give it away.
Yes, of course.
Okay, Robin Hood.
All the people that need money.
Robin
I would
Hood.
do that, but I'd also give it away to at least a $30-40 million beach house in Laguna Beach or some other place, and give it away to a private jet with a crew waiting every time I got to go somewhere, and then I'd probably still have 30 million left over to live off of. So all good. Hey, listen, the guys, you know what's wanted? A 500-pound black bear is wanted in California. You know why?
Oh, is this the black bear that's like breaking into like
It's
people's
broken
houses?
into 30 homes.
Yeah.
30 homes. It's entered 28 of them.
Apparently, it's like a friendly bear for the most part.
It's a friendly bear. It's looking for food, but they
Right.
can't find it. It's like this is on the most wanted list.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And like here's the
Black
issue
bear.
with that. Like, what do you do with a bear like this? Because even if it is quote unquote friendly, you know, it's like that documentary. It's probably like 20 years old now, but Grizzly Man. Remember that dude was like quote unquote friendly with the bears?
That motherfucker deserved to get eaten by the bears.
Yeah.
That was only a matter of time.
Oh, you want to talk about arrogance, Ray?
I couldn't even take that. I don't know if that was Harry. I think that was just sheer stupidity at that point.
Well, he thought that he was.
Oh, he thought he was a bear.
bears.
Mr. Googie Bear. Hello, Mr. Googie Bear. I mean, dude, if the bears didn't want to kill him at the end of that show, man, that was upsetting, man.
Ray does a great impersonation of that guy.
Oh,
that's
how close
good.
Let's have it, Ray.
Right?
Let's have
Wasn't
it.
he nuts?
No, he was nuts. Yeah.
I mean, is it possible that black bear in California is Tank Abbott in a bear suit stealing houses? Is that possible?
I love it. I hope
Is
so.
that a stretch or is that, you know?
Hey, Ray, speaking of Tank Abbott, you remember when Tank Abbott got in the WCW Wrestling League?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. You know who got him in?
Was that you? Wow.
You know who got nothing for getting him in after he got a 3 year, $750,000 a year guaranteed contract?
He got paid.
Man, Bruce, you didn't have
paid.
a puncher's chance in that one.
Oh, I got a puncher's
Plug that
chance.
thing all day long, Bruce. Let's get some sales going.
Hey, Buff, he was
That's what I get for doing things out of the goodness of my heart. You know, I make the introduction. You're supposed to get something. I also introduced Floyd Mayweather to the WWE when he made his appearance for millions of dollars. And thank you to his agent or manager at the time. But I'm still waiting for that envelope in the mail, too.
You see, Bruce, I think with the Tank thing, he's still upset that you were the guy that got Scott Ferozzo in the UFC. And of course, Ferozzo beat Tank Abbott.
You know, Tank Abbott sued me over my first video game.
Really?
My first video game, Ready to Rumble Boxing. I can talk about it now. I can't talk about settlement or anything like that. So Midway made my game, which made Mortal Kombat, you know, is one of the biggest video game companies. We sold like 1 million games, sold $100 million in games.
I mean, I played the heck out of that game back in the day.
Yeah, it's a great game. So there's an initial character in an original character named Tank Thrasher, right?
Okay.
He was a bald guy with long arms, kind of looked like, didn't really look like Tank Abbott, looked like somebody else, but he had that kind of look. And then there's a million looks like that. Plus, remember the Clint Eastwood movie, Every Which Way But Loose? Yeah. And the character he's going to fight was Tank something in that. I mean, Tank is a name that's been used a million times. So Tank actually, and we're friends at the time, you know, we could serve a lawsuit to Midway claiming that the character was based on him.
Oh, well, wow. you don't have to say the settlement, Bruce, but who won?
Well, there was a settlement. So
Oh, no. I don't know.
We closed it down. Right. But there was but I mean, there was a thing done.
Correct me if
Ray,
I'm
let
wrong,
me put it this way. Sorry, TJ.
Yeah.
Ray, the thing is sometimes in these ridiculous, malicious lawsuits, people like to just get them out of the way and not deal with the attorneys making all the money.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, right now, like I feel like I could sue Disney for the stupidest reason and probably get 25 grand.
There you go. I know you're talking about the Halle Berry film.
No. I'm not. What are you talking about? No, I'm just saying I could sue anybody. For example, Disney, a big enough company, you sue them and they just throw money at you. Go away, go away money.
It depends. Be careful with the David and Goliath approach. You see those big companies, they can swallow you up in attorney fees and won't
Bruce,
even hit
I'm
the
not
bottom
looking to sue anybody. I'm just saying more often than not, when someone tries to make a little bit of noise and the company's worth billions of dollars.
I'll give you an example. I don't know if I can talk about it, so I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm going to kind of talk about it without talking about it. But...
Great. Let's talk about it.
Okay. So I bought a product, a big company product, and used it, and it was faulty, and I got hurt from it, and like not severely, but sensationally, and tried to rectify with the company, and they ignored me for 2 years. Like they weren't throwing money at me for anything.
Yeah, but did you file a lawsuit?
I had to file a lawsuit,
Yeah.
and then even still,
Really,
it was a lot of stalls and that, and then deposition, and then in the end there was a settlement. But it's not like it was like I made a peep and they're like, hey, shh, like, and I got hurt, you know what I mean?
Right.
So just like people out there like, who can I sue? It's really not that easy.
No, it's not.
I know
not.
this.
If
I know
something
this is.
happens, like
People think they get a smart attorney and the attorney will roll with it. You get somebody that's strong and knows what they're doing, like me with my attorneys or other people, they're going to squash you, you know? So potentially.
It depends. I know a guy from the Midwest that had some affiliate gyms with some notable mixed martial arts academies, and he sued both academies that he had an affiliate system with. He sued Starbucks, he sued Target, and he got settles from all of them. Like he was just a guy that he went from person to person, and he didn't get a lot out of every settlement, but he got money out of every settlement.
Bruce, you remember back in the day when Reagan gave that speech? I think he was trying to do something with like frivolous lawsuits where the guy was making a phone call and those old remember those boots and the car hit him, and the guy sued the phone company.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy. That's why I say they just go down the line, man.
Well,
anybody near anything gets sued.
No, when you get these ambulance chasers and they these shoddy attorneys and whatever, and there's a lot of shoddy attorneys out there along with the fine attorneys that are out there. They sue everybody. They'll sue your friggin' dog. Okay. They're going to put everybody's name in that lawsuit to get whatever they can out of everything they can. So let's not encourage people let's not continue this too long to encourage people to do stupid things like that. Because if you do something like that, you got to realize that it can blow up in your face. You can be countersued, and you'll wind up losing every dollar you have in the bank trying to defend yourself. Because a contingency attorney is only going to handle so many things on contingency.
There's a documentary about these lawsuits, and it goes back to the famous one where the lady sued McDonald's for the hot coffee. That hot coffee lawsuit was the most justified lawsuit you can even think of. I didn't know. I thought it was frivolous for the longest time because you hear the story. Oh, someone buys, coffee and spills it in their lap and they sue McDonald's and coffee's hot, blah, 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 blah. That coffee maker was faulty, and apparently the coffee was literally boiling. And this woman suffered 3rd-degree burns and had to have skin grafts for like multiple years on her lap.
Wow.
And do you know what she ended up settling for?
How much?
She got like $25,000.
Jesus.
It was not that much money. And a lot of people thought, like, she sued for a lot. Don't get me wrong. She sued for millions of dollars.
That's a case of powerful attorneys. There's an example of powerful attorneys and what they can do.
Right.
Meanwhile, she goes through years of mental duress.
Right.
And doesn't get remunerated properly.
So, but think about having your crotch burned.
But TJ, could have been worse. You could have got McNuggets and a Happy Meal, and they sent the wrong way.
Hey, I might take McNuggets and a Happy Meal for life once a week over $25,000. I'll say that right now.
But doesn't the Black Beast have Popeyes for the rest of his life in Houston?
I think he does. I also think that
I think they sponsored him.
I think Clay Guida has lifetime Cubs tickets as well.
I bet.
Oh wow, that's great.
I bet Derek Lewis is hard fetched to pay for any meal in any restaurant he walks into in Houston, even after his loss the other week.
He probably can take his pants off too when he goes in there because his balls are hot.
Balls are hot. I got to get him on Millions so we can make a T-shirt for him that says "My balls are hot."
Yeah, seriously.
It would probably sell like crazy.
That's got to be out there already.
It could be. It could be. And hey, Ray, people are joining Millions like crazy. Tony just joined. I can't. Let something out of the bag. There's some very, very, very popular people coming into Millions.
You cut it off. There's a little bit of a hint there.
Yeah, I cut it off. Ooh, I almost lost that. Yeah. Anyway, you're gonna see more and more announcements coming in. All your fighters should be in this, Ray. All your fighters should be in.
I'm almost sure I'm in there. No,
Ray. How can I? You're Ray Longo. You should know if you're in there.
Yeah.
Why should I tell you?
Oh, I don't even want to get into it. I'm out there for somebody. Somebody made shirts, and I have no idea what the hell's going on. They sent me one check.
It's not on Millions. It's not on Millions.
You don't think
so?
No. You're they're self-manufacturing that. But you could get it on Millions.
No, you need to get on Millions, Ray.
I'm ready, Buff. I got the shirt and everything. We're good.
I got the shirt for Ray too. I'm gonna punch a hole through his friggin' chest. I mean, why not put it right on the shirt?
Yeah, that's on the shirt already. It's just sold elsewhere.
I'll
Oh,
sell more.
I thought I actually saw that on Millions, but I could be wrong. What is Millions? Just a
Millions.co is my new company. Well, new, it's a year old almost. No, it's
so
a year old. And basically we have all the major, every sport in the world, every professional athlete in the world, and NCAA athletes allowed to join Millions, where we make their whole merchandise line. We have all the video capabilities of a Cameo and even more, with where they can have their fan base pay them, let's say $4.99 to sit and watch a UFC with them the whole show while they answer questions, kind of like a Rogan fight companion.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's a way for every fighter to monetize themselves and build their brand. I'm all about brand building, and I'm all about fighters making money aside from the purse they get on fight night. They should be making money every week and every month. Okay. And
yeah, I think Frivola just got on that. That's correct, right?
Yeah, and many others. So that's the company to be. Millions. Just look it up on your computer. Millions.co. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I'm ready. I'm ready, Buff. We got the first TJ DeSantis shirt idea, so we're good.
So you met with them and you're going on?
No, I haven't met with them. I'm telling you right now. We're good. So
all right,
you
need to get on.
Set up a meeting, Buff.
Is it contingent only to fighters, or?
Yeah, I know. We were talking about the, we talked about this for you in the industry. Mainly, we're strictly athletes. We just got funded like $30 million last year, based on the premise of how we build the company, and we're building it big. This is going to be big. This company is going to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars in the next few years. It's really doing gangbusters.
It's going to be worth millions.
Private company.
What's that?
It's a private company, obviously, right?
It's a private. I'm a co-founder. I'm one of the owners, and I'm a co-founder.
Yeah, Buffer's waiting for that IPO.
Yeah, let me know when the IPO comes out. I'll jump in there.
I'll let you all know. Don't worry. Between that, Puncher's Chance. Oh, can I tell you one other thing while we're bufferizing this self-shilling period on the show? Are you ready, guys?
Let's go.
Next month, in March, it's announced, coming to America. It'll be on Amazon. It'll be in every major store within the next few months after that, but get ready for It's Time Energy. We've talked about it many times. Definitely ready to target. March is the target date coming in. And
the cologne.
The cologne.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's Time cologne.
What's it smell like?
It's every woman that or girl or woman or lady or whatever that has scented this or tried it, they want to wear it, Sammy. It's incredible. You remember, by the way, Sammy, Brian says hi. And you know how Brian, when he comes over, he loves wearing Obsession. And I love it too. I don't know if you ever got a sniff of Brian's neck or whatever, but I love Obsession. So I wanted to have something that was similar, but different.
Okay.
And through a lot of testing, there it is.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that. That is a bottle. Wow.
What do you think of that, Ray?
Let me see that again.
I mean, you can hardly see it. It's so shiny.
It's Time cologne.
Oh, yeah. No, nice.
It's like a diamond on top.
Yeah, it's like a diamond or a microphone or maybe slightly phallic or wherever you want to look at it, but it's there.
Right.
I'm sure Sammy had thoughts. And
I always have
the bottle was designed.
Sammy, have you seen a penis that looked like that? Like
I would say you got to go to the doctor if that's the case.
Ray, yes.
Get out of here.
I have seen the craziest penises in my day. Absolutely. And I'm not even like in the adult world where I would get the glorious chance to see many penises. I'm just a civilian and I've seen some crazy dicks.
Really? Like the shape of his cologne?
A hammerhead shark guy.
Oh, wow.
What?
So like the head of his
with or without a fin?
There was no fin.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you that the hole wasn't where the hole was supposed to be. The hole was underneath.
Oh,
like a sink?
Come on, Sam.
Maybe that was a bad circumcision.
That sounds like a teeter-totter accident.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know. Very nice guy. I
remember something you said years ago on the SNR show, Sammy, and it was something like this. You said, out of all the ones you've seen, 30% go to the left, 30% go to the right, and the other 40% go straight down. I remember you made that comment one time.
Yeah. Like there's bananas. They banana up, they banana to the side, they banana down. For me, the banana down is no good. Like that, because if your vagina, so the guy's going in this way, right? And this is your vaginal canal. So if you have a banana down guy and he's going in, he's not really you know,
You just
so
gotta
if
get.
you have a
You just
banana,
gotta flip.
wait, if you
flip
have a
it, though.
banana up guy and he goes in, he's hitting your G spot.
He's
Like,
hitting your G spot. He's
but
hitting
if-
everything.
If correct me if I'm wrong, if the lady just turns the other way, then
yeah,
all
but
of a
then
sudden,
you know what that means? That means you always have to adjust your body a certain position to fit this man's penis, and that gets redundant after years and years and years of fucking that penis.
Yeah, you're doing the same thing all the time.
yeah. But
Yeah,
that
like,
that dude feels like a boss because every lady's got he's too, you know.
Well, while we're on the subject of penises, here we go. You ready for this one?
Nope.
In the Olympics,
Oh,
the cross-country skier Remy Lindholm, he was in a massive start race. Okay, 30 kilometers. It was shortened to 30 kilometers. The 50-kilometer race was shortened to 30 kilometers. Okay, he spent just under an hour and 16 minutes traversing the course in howling, freezing winds. His penis became frozen.
Oh,
How?
And
No.
this is the second time in a race in the last year that his penis has gotten frozen.
Okay, so he's got a circulation issue.
He had to use a heat pack to thaw out his appendage once the race was over, and the pain was unbearable.
Yeah, this is.
I would stop racing
issue.
personally.
no, that's horrible. Or he needs some kind of like apparatus that his penis goes in and it attaches around the base. That is like a warmer, like a foot warmer,
Like a penis warmer, like a hand warmer when you go skiing, you know?
Yes.
So
Put a sock on that puppy.
I've never had this issue in particular, but I have
Oh my God, you
circulation.
must be really small. Sorry.
Here's, you know what? While we're on the subject, go ahead, TJ. You have two questions. Let's roll over a couple questions.
You want to go to the questions? All right. First question. This one comes from.
These are SNR questions, folks. This is our.
Oh, do you want to make your
show.
disclosure now in the middle of the show?
Yeah, I got to do this. By the way, if you're under 18, you should probably turn off the show right now, unless you're going to ask mom and dad. But honestly, just keep listening. It's going to be funny. This is the part of the show we call the SNR show, the Sex and Relationship Show. We take questions from our listeners. TJ's got them. We're going to have a couple questions now. Now that we got Sammy on, our residential Los Angeles sexpert, and Ray Longo, our New York sexpert.
oh yeah.
Slinging it from the NYC.
From the NYC, baby. All right, TJ, go. Let's have it.
Yeah, Matt writes in, he says, guys, I found myself in a bit of trouble after this past Valentine's Day. I took my girlfriend to a hockey game. She's a big hockey fan, but apparently a hockey game on Valentine's night is not the most romantic thing. She's hardly talked to me since. What do I do? I
immediately got to go after this one.
I mean, is it bad? Like if your girl,
you know what? My other question would be, did you take her to a nice dinner before or after the game?
Great question.
Take something about Valentine's Day is about communication and mutual sensuality. And romance.
A hockey game can be romantic, right? Like it's how you deliver it, right, Bob?
Well, you can do it romantic, but again, hockey game is almost self-serving. Is she a hockey fan?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said she's a big hockey fan.
And she should have loved that. But hockey games start at 5 or 7, end at 9 or 10 or whatever. Plan that beautiful dinner with your wonderful girl before or after and romance the hell out of her and talk about going to the game or talk about the game after you went, and then finish the beautiful Valentine's Day evening the way all of us with our lovers would like to finish the evening, because you showed her a great time.
With a massage and some champagne in bed, maybe sex toys, some chocolates, satin sheets, something, anything.
Whatever it is, whatever makes your boat float. But the bottom line,
I would think this is a real young couple, because I would think anybody who's been together for a while would have discussed that beforehand. Say, hey, you think it's a good idea? We'll do this, we'll do that. We'll go to a hockey game. I know you love hockey. And then you hack it out before it even gets there. If he surprised her with that, like you say, Bruce, no dinner, no anything else, then
pretzel and a Coke.
Right. Yeah.
Well, also the other thing is that on Valentine's Day, everybody celebrates it. If you're in the arena, I'm sure they had like the Valentine's Day cam, or maybe they focused on some. I mean, there had to be some little Valentine's Day anecdotes there. But the bottom line is, ask yourself, what's this guy's name?
Matt,
the tickets were for you and your girl. What did you do romantically for her?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think she has a reason to get overly upset. Maybe.
That's the other thing, Bruce. Yeah. I would say to Matt, man, if you're going to argue about something like that, because I think, look, it might be a symbol of something, but you have to be connected way before that. And if that's something that's going to upset the boat, coming down the line, things aren't going to be looking good. That would be my first thought on that. You know,
Yeah,
I
I'd
mean,
reevaluate.
Listen, but Sam, you agree or disagree? The guy tried to do something he thought was right, though. He thought he was doing the right thing, and he got the shit beat out of him for it. I don't know if that's right.
All it would have taken is a dozen roses earlier in the day saying,
Right.
I love you, honey. And then the night would have gone incredible.
Safe
At
to
an
say,
absolute minimum.
safe to say that a little Valentine's Day puck did not lead to a Valentine's Day.
Ooh,
Wow, TJ, actually, that was kind of cute. Okay. Sammy, you want to fill that in? Please don't.
Uh,
All right, T, let's go on to the next question.
Yeah. Okay. This one from Mark. Mark says it's also Valentine's Day related. Mark said, me and my lady got intimate on Valentine's night, and to spice it up, I did not use a condom. We used the pull-out method. Unfortunately, though, I've been terrified ever since. I think I was effective in my technique. However, you can never be sure. What was I doing? Why did I do this? What are the odds that everything's going to be okay? First off, if you're this nervous and you're writing us, asking us if everything's going to be okay, I mean, you might want to reassess your whole entire relationship, my friend.
Listen, the problem with withdrawal, or however he put it, how did he put it? What is
Pull-out method.
pull-out
Yeah, the
method.
pull-out method. The
It's
problem is
called
that, as we all know, and again, I'm no angel in my past life since my virginity. I think we've all experienced that. But you know, the bottom line is there's the pre-cum. You know, there's all those things. It's not a guarantee. It's actually not very smart. You know, I'd
You
get
know,
out of there way before that happens.
You know, honestly, I'm going to tell you something. I've never. I'm going to say I've used a condom maybe 4 times in my life, 5 times, to the point when I got married, I go, I don't think I could have kids. You know, because I was always on the pull-out method. And I'm going to say the first time I tried, I had 2 kids in 13 months. It was crazy. But even to this day, I'm not. You know, I still don't.
Ray,
You're married.
I'm
You're married.
with you, Ray. My wife and I tried for like 6 weeks before we got
Yeah,
pregnant.
without a doubt.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
and I'm totally. And before that, you know, I got married at 35. So I mean, I was all over the place. So
Hey, I want to give you the percentage. So pull-out method effectiveness, pulling out isn't a very reliable way to prevent pregnancy. It works about 78% of the time, which means that over a year of using this method, 22 out of 100 women, about 1 in 5, would get pregnant.
Then Ray and I should
Yeah,
have
too
48
high.
kids at this point.
Okay.
And
So
plus,
then by
yeah.
comparison, male condoms are 98% effective when used correctly every time.
yeah, plus, I mean, the girls could have been on birth control too. I'd have to.
Right.
Who
But,
knows,
but-
you know.
but what Bruce said is the main thing. It's pre-cum. Pre-cum is
Yeah.
what also gets you pregnant as full cum. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
remember, out of the 100,000 or whatever 1,000 little chromosome swimmers that get in there, it only takes one.
And also,
Yeah.
there is no correct way to pull out. Like, obviously, if you feel like you're about to ejaculate, pull the fuck out. But like, you could be ejaculating on the way out. So there's no like pull out rule. It's up to you to pull out before you squirt. Kind of.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it true that a woman is only like fertile for like 4 days out of any given month?
I don't know, because you
Or-
can get pregnant during your what's that called?
Period.
Yes, because the
see, I've
egg is
heard that.
And then this is why this is dangerous, because during your period, it's your body's natural way of flushing out the eggs. So then more ones can come into your uterus. So, but on the way down the canal and through the uterus, it can get pregnant and attach to a wall. So
Right.
that's what we talk about
An
uterine
egg-
pregnancies.
An ectopic pregnancy.
Thank you. Ectopic pregnancy.
Ectopic.
There was something I remember from my youth, a period that is very highly potential pregnancy for women is 5 days before and 5 days after the period. Is that true?
Yeah, I would take that rule as a rule of thumb.
Well, you can look at an ovulation.
The ovulation
calculator,
period.
but
There's
like,
the word we were searching for.
Yeah. No, if you look at, because there are apps on your phone that say like their most fertile days, but I believe like the for some women on that ovulation sort of cycle, there's only like 3 or 4 days a month where pregnancy is even remotely close to happening. But I don't know. Like I said, Ray and I should have 48 kids if it's only 78% effective.
Well,
No,
there you go.
78. I
If
think
he's nervous, if
I
he's
thought the odds
nervous,
would be lower.
it could be lower. But you know what? If he's nervous, then he has a reason to be nervous. He probably didn't get out in time.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying with Mark is he literally used the words, "Is everything going to be okay?" Well, Mark,
he wants to say she's not pregnant.
I mean, here's the issue. First off, you're writing us, which I appreciate, but if this is something that is really concerning of you, maybe you should have a conversation with your partner about going and getting some Plan B or something like that.
Oh,
no, don't, CJ. Let him listen to us. He'll be fine. Mark, listen to me, buddy. You're good. Act like nothing's happening. Mark, act like nothing's happening. Keep moving forward, buddy. You're good to go.
No, no, sincerely, if he's that worried, and if it's something that they've never discussed or something they have discussed, they should discuss it, because maybe he doesn't want her to think that he's worried about it and then thus worry her.
That's a good call.
But the quicker they fucking talk about it, the quicker she can go use a Plan B and make sure she's not pregnant if she doesn't want to be pregnant. If they want to be pregnant or she wants to be pregnant, that's a different story.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say like I'm the sexpert here, Sammy, but like I feel like this is a conversation that they should have had long before we get to this point.
I know, but now that it's here and there could be a potential little baby, what's his face?
Mark,
Matt and Mark, a little baby Mark. He should at least have this discussion moving forward. Like, yeah. But doesn't it feel really good, Mark, without using a condom?
But here's the problem, Sammy. Though one guy goes to a hockey game, he's demonized for it. This guy takes his rubber off. He can't have a guy. What's going on? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Can anybody get it? You just have a good time.
You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
Damned if you don't.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
else? I mean, what else is going to happen? What's the next question, TJ?
Do we have another?
I got one.
There's got to be another
Wait, Sam. Wait, I have one thing, Sammy. What is this?
This guy got his wife a dozen roses, but there was only 11, so she's not talking to him now. Is that the next question?
No.
What does he do? What should he do?
Wait, Ray, Sammy, I got a question. What is this day after pill that women can take? They can go to the pharmacy if they're worried they got pregnant the night before.
Really?
Does that work?
Plan B?
Yeah.
Is this new to you, Buff?
Yeah. No, I understand. No, I know. No,
legal. I hate to tell you.
No, I'm familiar with it, but is it guaranteed?
Go to the pharmacy.
My question is it guaranteed?
Nothing's guaranteed, but I don't know what the
it's
percentage
like a
is.
high dosage of whatever it is, like estrogen or whatever, that forces your uterus to reject it.
Yeah,
and you got to do it like within 24 hours of the act.
I think it's 24 to 48.
I believe it's 72, but I might be wrong.
What if after you were done? What if after you were done, you doused the rig with motor oil and just washed everything out?
Then you have a kid, Ray, but it has like four thumbs. You know.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure. That motor oil. I heard that motor oil has various uses.
Last quick email question here. Right. This one a little bit different, but sort of similar to the narrative of communication.
Wait. Let me just tell you Plan B. So really quick, if it's taken, so it can prevent pregnancy if taken within 72 hours and preferably within 12 hours of unprotected sex. If you take it within 24 hours of unprotected sex, it's 95% effective. If you take it between 48 and 72 hours of unprotected sex, the efficacy rate is 61%. So not so good. So you don't want to wait 48 to 72 hours.
No.
You really want 12.
Or 2 weeks in the case of Mark emailing us.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
There's no getting rid of that little thing now. It's in there.
I'm that guy. I take my condom off again. I got a pill and a glass of water waiting right after.
Yes. See, that's a good coach, prepared for everything.
Exactly.
Let's have that question because I got a few things to go over before we cut off.
I got you. This from Andrew writing in. He said, "Hey guys, my wife and I are in our late 30s. I am wanting to get a vasectomy. However, my wife still seems concerned about the possibility of us wanting another child, despite us both having conversations about how we don't want another child. She just gets weird when I talk about getting a vasectomy. How do I do this? Should I go behind her back and get it done, or do I keep having this conversation over and over again?"
Ooh. First.
Your show, Buff.
Okay. Listen, vasectomies in a perfect world can be reversed. So he could get the vasectomy.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. You can reverse it.
You can reverse it. Okay. So he could get the vasectomy. If they've decided they don't want to have kids and it's going to make him feel better, he can get the vasectomy. And if they do go through a period, he can assure his wife, if he's agreeable, if they want to have a baby, then he can get it reversed. So that's my basic answer to that question.
Yeah, but
I would not do it without telling his wife. You don't lie.
Oh,
Could you even
One
get
thing
away
I don't.
with
One
that?
thing I will not tolerate in a lover, a friend, a mate, a business partner, or a human being. Period, is being lied to.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
No,
okay.
no.
And
Especially
if I was his wife and he got a vasectomy, he didn't tell me, I would be pissed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
No,
because some women, that's all they want is to have a family and to have a large family, and it's like they're indoctrinated into like big families, and they want to have big family with their man. And if you take away that woman's ability to have this family without letting her know,
well, in his email, it says that they've had a conversation and they don't want to have any more kids. So it sounds like they do have some kids. But yeah,
sounds like she's very indecisive.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
They had the conversation that they don't want kids, but she doesn't want them to get a vasectomy because just in case she wants kids.
yes.
Well, so you know what I've heard from couples that are concerned about this, where the wife is a bit concerned about this, is they tend to think that if their man gets cleaned out, that he's going to be slinging it all over town behind their back because he's not worried about anything.
Well,
anymore.
that's an instability in the relationship. If you can't trust the person you're in the relationship with, you shouldn't be in the relationship with them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Get together and hook up, get together and have fun, but don't have a relationship.
The thing that is interesting to me is he's contemplating doing it behind her back. And honestly, like, I don't know if you can get away with that. Like, I assume this is a bit painful in the process.
Does it stop like the semen from coming out when you?
No, it basically the semen, the liquid ejaculate does not get sperm put into it, essentially.
Well, first off, the liquid is
like a less load is what I'm trying to say.
No. It's the same. It's the same.
Sammy, it's the same. If not, I'm sorry to talk over you, TJ. If I'm not mistaken, Sammy, it's like 90% of it's water anyway.
You're basically cauterizing the tube that allows the sperm to get into the mix. From what I hear, I don't know. I do know that after you get a vasectomy, there's a period of time where you can't have sex because of physical pain.
Right.
And then you also have to go back in and essentially give them some samples to make sure that you have a zero count, because there's still going to be,
trapped in there, like a gun in a chamber. There's a bullet.
Right. And it's very, very resilient. It's hard to get those things to die inside the body. So as long as
it's like playing Russian roulette with your cock.
Yeah.
You got one in
what,
the
Ray?
chamber. You got one. I don't know if this is the one. I'm gonna kill myself tonight.
That's the best medical advice I could ever hear from Dr. Ray Longo. It's like Russian roulette.
Yeah, my mother didn't raise no dope, TJ. You know what I'm talking about?
That's right.
That's why you're on the show, Ray. We only want intelligent people on the show, okay?
Oh, goodness. All right, that's all our questions.
Yay.
Okay.
We're great.
All right, sounds good. So here we go, guys. We've got the UFC happening this weekend, a solid fight night show. I'll be announcing this weekend. Of course, next week is the big show. But,
is that the one that you're taking me and Kenzie Ann to?
I didn't say that. I don't know if I can.
I think you did on the last show.
You know what? I hate to tell you. Okay, now, Brucey.
Here we go.
Bruce.
Can we talk about it outside the show?
You know what you promised.
Oh,
can we talk about it outside the show?
Bruce. I say full transparency, Bruce. We want full transparency.
I didn't. First off, if I promise something, I fulfill it. But I didn't make a promise that I can't fulfill. I said I would let you know. Right.
Well, I think you should let me know. It's my birthday tomorrow. What a wonderful gift to know that I'm gonna go to an event with my pal Bruce Buffer, who I'm super close with, his whole family, who's wonderful.
Oh man, this is.
Oh, she's bringing it on, isn't she?
Yeah, she's going full.
And I love your mother. And
I got all this.
Bruce, get her the tickets, Bruce. Come on.
Kristen and the boys.
He loves your mother.
This is a big show, and the tickets.
And Henry, who's so.
It's your mother, Bruce. He loves her.
You brought my mom into it. This is a big show. This was
Kristen and the boys.
Sammy, this is a big show.
Sammy, go to the April 9th show.
Ray, you will attest to this.
Buffer, don't say it's sold out. It's not sold out.
It's not sold out.
Oh, but that's me buying. I'm telling you, I haven't received any tickets, but
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
All
okay.
Right, I'm just saying.
All right.
I don't think I've seen Bruce on the back foot like this, but you have to fight off your back foot now, Bruce.
Come on, Brucey.
You know what? No, I can fight off my back foot, but it's amazing when shows happen around how many best friends come out of the woodwork.
You know what? Okay, so
that's
hold
not
on.
fair. That's not fair.
Okay, so hold on. In 14 years.
Oh, here we go. The guilt
Hey,
factor now.
she's not wrong, Buff. She's not
Bruce,
wrong.
I feel. Well, I'm
Hold
starting
on.
to feel bad for Bruce. We got to move on. He's not looking good.
No, Ray, you will agree.
And
with
you know
me,
what,
Ray?
Sammy? He doesn't have a punch's chance in this. Again, holy, another 10,000 sales.
Hey,
But
Sammy?
in all honesty, in 14 years, I've only gone to 2 shows.
Sammy?
That's more than most any friend I have, Sammy. So feel proud about that.
Hey, Sammy?
14 years.
Sammy.
Jesus, Sammy. I
wanna
told you from the beginning, you were better off being friends with Joe Rogan. He gets a lot of
I'm going to let it go.
Hey, you know,
Come
Ray.
on, Bruce, let's move on. Let's go.
I got. Yeah, but Ray, speaking of this weekend show, don't you think Bobby Green has a great chance against Makhachev?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
You know,
and
what?
I'm pulling for him too.
This
But
one
I
reminds me of your guy, Al. This one reminds me of.
I think it's going to be the same thing. I think it's going to go down pretty similar to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny you said that. We talked about that already. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it feels very similar to that. And even if Bobby Green doesn't get his hand raised, he's going to go out and put on a show in a way where how can you not be a fan of this guy? You know what I mean?
Without a doubt. I think look, I like where Bobby Green is. First off, he's a great fighter, and I'm happy he's starting to get some respect that he be well earned for sure. But he I don't think this is an easy fight for this guy.
No, it's not an easy fight.
He was retired, guys. Like I never thought we would see Bobby Green again.
The only thing I don't like, TJ, is that he just fought and he landed a lot of punches.
Yeah.
His hands got to be hurting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing I don't like. So it's a calculated risk on the other side because did they change to a catch weight too at 60 or?
I believe
catch
so.
weight,
Yeah.
It's catch weight at 160 pounds.
Yeah, that'll help out a lot, I think. So
I think so. But the hand aspect that you just pointed out, very key factor.
No, without a doubt, because I just had a guy knock a guy out in the first round in Bellator. His hands are killing him. He threw. I mean, the fight before that, which was 3 months ago, he threw 100 punches, landed. That's a lot, man. And his thumb was banged up, and now the back of his hand, his wrist hurts. It's for those guys. Those gloves just don't give you a lot of protection. If you're like a Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz, man, those guys are throwing a lot.
How about Mike Perry in the bare knuckle thing he fought?
I didn't
saw that
see
video of him talking about how his hands hurt.
Without a doubt. I mean, look, Bruce. At the end of the day, your hand's not meant to be banged off somebody's hard skull. It's just they're not.
The boxing glove was made to protect the hand, not the head.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt, as I say. And no, it's a tough go.
Hey,
guys,
but I'm pulling for him. I think he's got a great chance, Bruce.
I think he has a great chance. It's going to be a fun show.
At plus 600, he's worth a small bet if you're into
plus
that.
600?
I can't believe that.
Plus 600?
Plus 600.
Wow.
Run to your sports book right now.
No, that's got to be worth that. That's just enticing, just for fun.
I don't bet fights, but I got to tell you something. That's kind of enticing the hell out of me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, but I don't bet fights. But wow, that's
but if you're
how can you not want to put $100 on that?
No, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, $500 or $600 coming back on $100 bet. Let's go.
Yeah, that's great.
Crazy. Okay, guys, listen. How many of you have VHS tapes?
Yep, I do.
I got 2,000 of them.
My kid doesn't know what they are.
VHS players. I have 2 of them.
Hey, they're hard to find. My wife bought me a VCR for Christmas 2 years ago and paid $150 for it, and it was used. They're really hard to find.
You got to recondition them but I tried to transfer everything over to
that's smart.
DVDs, and I'll tell you what, they're even obsolete now. You can't even get a DVD player.
It's funny, Ray. I own a VHS, but I don't own I own a VCR, but I don't own a DVD player.
Wow, I don't believe I transferred everything. I used to get the copy machines and just all day long transfer them over.
I found old sparring tapes of me from my kickboxing days that are all on VHS. I want to have them transferred over to.
Bruce, you have to do that.
I got a guy that does it, Buff. I can put you in touch with him.
Would you give me a number, because I've been procrastinating on this for years, and I want to get.
And I have a whole bunch too. I even have big beta tapes. Like I have.
Oh man.
Like 3/4 inch tapes.
Well, here, let me tell you something, guys. Remember I tell you that everything is collectible and things you hold on to depending.
Right.
Do Ray, TJ, does anybody have a copy of a Star Wars movie on VHS?
No.
I mean, yeah, but not the way that you're talking about. I got it, probably one of those recorded off TV ones. My wife was one of those people.
an unopened VHS copy of Star Wars Episode 4.
Yeah.
Right. Is expected.
That's episode 1, by the way, just so you know.
Okay.
That's the first movie that came out.
Expected to fetch $60,000.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Wow.
That's crazy.
And it first sold at auction for $57,600.
Dude.
Okay. Now, another one, I'll give you another example here. The Terminator.
Who has that? Who has any of these unopened, though? You know what I mean?
I don't know. But they're also graded too. They're like graded like sports cards. They're graded for
That's
bidding.
crazy to me.
You know what happened, TJ, years ago? Bruce, let me just get this out. You'll be interested in this, I think. But years ago, when I first started doing jujitsu, a guy was, excuse me, Roland went in the city, said he went to train with Hicks and Gracie, and he said he had a library of instructional tapes for any martial arts, Silat, Tai Chi. He studied everything. And from that point on, I kind of tried to do the same thing. Anything I could get my hands on just to see if I can make this work. Can you make that work? Because, you know, you were back in the day when it was like an arms race, right? Everybody was trying to get ahead of each other with something, right? Because we still didn't have jujitsu like it is today. It was even very, maybe California, then New York, and then it started spreading slow. So I just accumulated so many tapes just to study everything I could get my hands on.
As you should. You know, I saw this article and I've got a bunch of old VHS tapes, but they're all out of the box. These are like, graded and packaged.
Yeah.
But the Terminator one, the original Terminator one, as an example, that sold for roughly 22,000.
I'm going to tell you, I might even have an unopened Terminator, but it wasn't VHS. There was another method. There was like a
Betamax?
No, it was like a big record.
Laser disc.
Oh, laser disc.
Yeah, I got a couple of those. I don't even think they're open.
They might even be more rare, Ray.
Go on to eBay and put in the description of what you have or a laser disc and see what they sell for on eBay. That's what you should do with any collectible. Put a similar description into eBay and you'll see if they're selling. By the way, guys, while I have you on the line here, my sports book is not even taking action on the Bobby Green fight. They're only taking it on the Turman Serkinov fight.
Hey, give it a minute. They'll get it.
Yeah, I'm sure
they're going to get it. Yeah.
All right, here we go. What do we got here? Oh, I want to recommend a TV series. There's two. I've already talked about Pam and Tommy on Hulu. Yeah. Highly recommended. Very well done. But The Secrets of Playboy, I've watched every episode, Sammy.
Oh, me too, honey.
Pretty horrific.
Did you see me in episode 2?
Yes, Brian made sure and point. Brian says hello, by the way. But he pointed out to me that you were in episode 2.
Yes, I was. And I was worried because people sent me a screenshot and it's me hugging another B-movie actress who's since passed. Her name's Nikki Fritz. So it's us two hugging. We're clearly topless and we're smiling underneath the waterfall. Mm-hmm. So just because I knew that the secrets of Playboy that they're talking about were so horrific, I was concerned what my image is underneath them talking about. So I was very pleased to find out that it's when Holly Madison is talking about when she first heard about the parties at the Playboy Mansion. She's like, it was just really wholesome back then. And then boom, really wholesome.
I was a key holder back then in like 1980. I'd been to numerous, as you have too, Sammy, numerous parties at the mansion, but I heard rumors and all, but when
did you hear about Pig Night before?
I never heard about Pig Night. I heard the rumors about the bestiality. I heard rumors definitely about the sex parties and all. And my girlfriend at the time, her sister is in the documentary or the docuseries, and it's Mimi Loving. She was Hefner's secretary for 11 years.
Oh, yeah.
She was my my ex-girlfriend's sister. I was very serious with this girl. And that's how I got into my very first party there, which was the lingerie party, which is one of the most fun parties that they had.
The Midsummer Night's Dream
party.
Yeah. But also they had really great like Halloween parties.
The Halloween parties were awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. We're way over time.
Yeah, we're over time, but it's what went on after. Anyway, I highly recommend The Secrets of Playboy. If that interests you, it's crazy. Shocking stuff.
Crazy. And what I do like is, it's several things. The Playboy organization credits all the women who came forward and, believes them and, gives a platform to their voices, and that the Hefner family is no longer associated with Playboy. What I also like about this particular series is, as horrific as the, details of the secrets are, they are doing a good job of balancing that out with the other things that he did that was good.
He did a lot of good things, but my God, the other stuff really.
I understand, but it's not like they paint him as sincerely just some kind of devil, demon, monster person.
Yeah.
That he did a lot for diversity, for ethnic, just all, like, he was like the first to give Black people a true platform with his interview show and at his clubs. And there was still segregation, I believe, at the time when he was hiring, Black people in his organization. So, and was credited. He got an NAACP award several times, etc. So I'm grateful for things that he's done to, elevate and, and help causes, but at the same time, at the cost of how many women that really.
The stories in this, and again, guys, it's better to talk about it if you see it. We'll talk about it if you watch it, but the stories are horrific. The
which one was that again? I didn't want to interrupt.
The Secrets
Sammy.
of Playboy. The
It's
Secrets
on
of Playboy.
E&E.
Watch the whole series.
It almost sounded like you were talking about, let's talk about Cosby at the end. I just came in.
Well, Cosby's pictured throughout it because Cosby and other VIP
and there was,
people
allegations of underage activity, and I think that's where they're going to bring him in, because I do believe he was accused, allegedly, supposedly, of some kind of underage activity with a lady who was like 14 or 15.
How about the incident with the Soul Train host? That was horrible. Jesus.
I can't even believe. How about the incident where the one bunny working at the club shows up to what she thinks is a bunch of filmmakers making a movie, and she invites her other bunny friends. Then they kidnap and torture and film them having sex for 3 days, let them go, and then they are dismissed from the organization. There was no follow-up.
That was the Soul Train story, the mansion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the Soul. I mean, you can watch it.
That's a different story. That's a different story. That's two ladies. These were a group of ladies.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, no, there's like several, like each episode, it's like, holy fuck, can it get worse?
And then Ray, they talk about the fact they even brought out and how there were multiple prescriptions for Quaaludes back then, that they could furnish Hefner, to keep side. And
it's funny because remember, Bruce, back in the day, you were not allowed to do drugs at the Playboy Mansion. It was very specifically said. And I knew girls that would like do blow. I don't do blow. I did it once when I was a teenager, a couple of times when I was a teenager, and that is it. It's the devil. It's terrible. But I had friends that would go and do drugs in the bathroom or in the game room. And guess what? That bitch was escorted out, like, sincerely. So it always appeared like he was very, regimented and sincere about no drug activity. This was, wholesome and pure and whatever. And to find out that wasn't really the case, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's very interesting. It's very disturbing. And if you're interested at all, I suggest watching it. That's it.
So what was the name of it again?
It's called The Secrets of Playboy.
Are you funny?
What was that?
No.
If he asks again, he's funny. All right, guys, we're going to sign off.
I take that shit only because I have daughters, man. That shit drives me absolutely fuck. I mean, I would actually kill somebody, literally. I'm not even joking around.
Of course. No, it'll disturb the hell out of you. They actually had cleanup crews, Ray, when things would happen.
Yeah, of course.
And they interviewed the cleanup crews, and they told us exactly, it was watch it. I don't even want to talk.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to watch it. I was going to, Sammy, you'll agree with this, though, even with like sex and guys with a lot of money, that they just have to keep escalating things, right? Like normal sex doesn't even matter.
That's what this points out.
Yeah,
that's the issue, right? I mean,
they don't get off normally anymore because
100%
extreme lengths. And I'm going to tell you, there was a lot of like in the last episode with the pig parties and the bestiality, which are two totally separate things. So that was the pig party was his terminology for ladies of the evening that he associated with being pigs. So all the members, like the VIP people, were encouraged to bring their pig to this party, and then pimps would bring hookers from Sunset Boulevard, like in carloads, and then the house doctor would
medically inspect them.
Would inspect them to make sure that they were fuckable, and then the ones that didn't outwardly appear to have any diseases were passed around, and then I guess the other ones were sent home.
We're supposed to end the show on a uptick, and this is not.
Yeah, we're gonna end it on an uptick now.
You know, this is allegedly, supposedly, according to sources on this A&E television series. Like, it's scandalous, like crazy.
All right, I really gotta go, guys.
Yeah, you gotta go. On a good note, we're gonna end on a good.
We're
gonna end it on a good note. I love these kind of stories. Here, guys. I love these kind of stories. A 16-year-old Indian chess sensation, Ramesh.
Are you getting into another story, Buff? We gotta go.
No, I'm just saying. I want to end on a good note.
He wants to turn this shit around.
A 16-year-old Indian chess sensation has stunned the world by beating the #1 chess champion in the world.
Dude, try to say chess sensation 5 times fast. That's all right.
I got it. All right, everybody, sign off. Starting with you, Sammy. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Single Life on Twitter.
Thank you.
Pajamas Party on Instagram.
Sammy Phillips on Facebook, and it's my birthday on Friday the 25th. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sammy. Happy birthday, honey. Love you. Brian wishes you a happy birthday. Kristen wishes you a happy birthday. She just texted me too, knowing we're on there.
Rupert and Henry, your mother, the outside cats.
Follow me on Twitter at TJ DeSantis. I gotta go. Bad.
I don't know. Wait, hold on. I don't know why I'm thinking of this joke. I don't know. You guys must have said something that sprung into my head. But you ever hear the one about the guy that he went into the invention, office? He had an invention. He had an apple that tastes like pussy, and he gives it to the guy, and he bites into it. He goes, "This apple tastes like shit." He goes, "Turn it around."
Oh my God.
Great way to end the show. There we go.
There you go. End it on a happy note.
Ray Longo, folks, appearing here monthly. All right, TJ, anything?
No, at TJ DeSantis, check out Extra Rounds. It airs live immediately following the UFC card on Saturday. Myself and Pearl Gonzalez going to recap the card that sees Islam Makhachev take on Bobby Green in the main event.
All right. And everybody, thank you. Ray, thanks for coming in the show. Sammy, love you. Thank you so much. And happy birthday, Sammy. Happy birthday. Sincerely, TJ, all the best to you. See you next week. For me, guys, I'm heading off to Vegas now. I got to go train for a couple hours. I'm going to catch a plane, get to Vegas. And we got the show on Saturday, and then we got the big show next week. And we'll be back next week with a very, very solid show here on It's Time Radio. I want to thank FanDuel, Puncher's Chance, our sponsors, and also Icon Meals. I'm an
and also Sammy, those tickets are in the mail. Don't worry.
I was going to say, I hope that I'll be joining groups on Saturday, the day after my birthday in Vegas, which is just a hop, skip, and a puddle jumping plane from LA.
Oh,
yeah. If you're out there, make sure you see Pearl Gonzalez with TJ.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Guys, I got to run. I got to get going.
Oh, I love now. He's got to go.
No, I have to. I got to catch a plane, Sammy. I got to train and catch a plane.
Buffer was supposed to go 25 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, take it easy. I'm out of here. Take it easy, guys.
Bye, everybody.
I love you, Ray.
Cheers, everybody. Happy birthday, Sammy.
Thank you. Love you.
All right. Everybody take care, set your goals, write them down. When you set on that path, be the best you can be, because then you're winning. And that's what we're all about in It's Time Radio. We're about winning. So get out there and do what you got to do. Have a great week. Big cheers. No fears forever. Love you all. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, everybody. Love you, Sammy. Ray, got love for you too, brother. TJ, we'll talk about it. Bye-bye.
Bye.